G'day and welcome back to another video. In this video I'm going to basically go through the steps I took to get the Rock'n Vega all back to this condition. So I'm not really going to call it a restoration, although I did spend a lot of time on it and I know it took ages. I still haven't done the body yet. Actually right here I've got a couple of bodies. So I've got some MCI decals there and and a body and wing from TBG. And I actually had a look at the original body and it's not really that bad. I might even strip that and use it for a runner. Well, this is supposed to be a runner, so maybe I'll use this. Not really sure. But as you can see, there's quite a lot of work to the body with the pinstriping around the edge and all that. Not really sure I'll do all of that, but yeah, I'll get the main colours right, or try to at least. So anyway, I've got a practice body there. So yeah, she's all ready to go. I actually gave it a quick drive around the lounge room, just using a small 2S LiPo, and the receiver I'm using is one of these orange ones, so it's compatible with Futaba, the SFHSS protocol, and so which is the same as the 2HR, so I can use sticks and everything and be like the olden days. The speed controller I put in is a Hobbywing 1060 and just a basic RS540 SH motor that I stole out of one of my kits. Yeah, more on that later. The steering servo, I'm using a Power HD servo. Nothing too flash about it, I just want it to run nicely as a stocker. So yeah, that's him, all finished. Right, if I can turn it around. So yeah, I basically wanted it looking nice. I do have the new in-box one here, but why not have two nice ones? So anyway, we'll get into the video and show you, all about the car. So there's all our parts laid out. Pretty grubby, a lot of it. I think a lot of it's just, from sitting around so many years. Hasn't had a lot of use. There's not a lot of tyre wear, and, belts and stuff look pretty good. So I think, yeah, maybe it's only had a few runs, and that's about it. So I'll get on to the cleaning. Alrighty, so I started cleaning some parts. I started with the red ones. Did them in some hot soapy water. They come up pretty good. And I pulled the diffs apart and the shocks. So giving them a clean. I'll probably polish the bodies for the shocks because they've got a few scratches and things on them. But I'll probably just polish them up. Cleaned the wheels and tyres. And did the tyre littering. And yeah, don't need to change the tyres. They're, quite fine. Had very little use. On the chassis, there's a couple of bends in the corners there. Got them out pretty good. Needs a little bit more. It's just been hit in the back or something, or maybe landed on its butt over a jump. Now the backbone part, or the belt guide, whatever you like to call it, the belt cover, it's got quite a few scratches in it because it's underneath the car. I'll probably just hit that with some sandpaper, get these scratches and things out, and don't know if I'll polish it up or just smooth it up with a bit of steel wool. I've got to clean all this other stuff I need to clean. I've got to fill up the extra switch hole in the top cover. And I've got to fill up that hole there where they had a boot in the side of the tub. Really don't know why. I guess they had battery wires hanging out there they plug in or something. Diff gears look pretty good. So they'll be fine. I'll clean them up, grease them up, put them back in. All the bearings are going to be replaced. Some of these pulley guides had bushes in them, so I'll take them out and put bearings in. This wheel bearing or wheel bush over here is broken in half. So probably took a fair effort to do that. The belts themselves look okay. There's a little bit of wear on the long one, as you'd expect. But I've measured them both and they're both where they should be, like 336 and 91 millimeters. Alrighty, moving on, I'll get onto the shocks now. So there's our shocks all finished. Looking pretty good, I think. Somebody stretched the springs, I think, so they're a bit funny looking, but they'll be alright. Took them apart, cleaned them, put some silicone oil in, and with the bodies I just ran over them with a bit of sandpaper, get a few scratches off, and bit of a scouring pad after that, just to make them kind of look factory, rather than polish them up and have them look not factory. So onto the belt guard there, had quite a few scratches, actually had a couple of deep dents along here, so I turned it up the other way, and actually down this end, sorry. So I turned it up the other way and banged them out. Not so bad so far, but yeah, I'll get it with some sandpaper and try and smooth it up and make it look original. So I've been working on the belt guard for a while now, got the dents out. Kind of looks like new again. Just in case you think it is a new one, no it's not. So there's our dents down there. So I got all the scratches out and straight as a die, beautiful. And my hands are filthy. So yeah, all I did was bang the dents through from the back, and then lots of sanding, and then over it with the scourer cloth. Alrighty, moving on. Now I've cleaned up a couple of more alloy bits there, looking very good, and it's time to build the diffs after some cleaning. As you can see, the gear's still in good condition, all very nice. And then I see this, the front body post. Very ugly looking thing. So I'll clean that up first. Yeah, that's looking alright. Alrighty, get on with the diffs. Alrighty, since this car won't be getting run a hell of a lot, good chance to get rid of a few tubes of grease. That's not bad grease, that's Kyoto grease. So anyway, I'll just use that in the diffs and we'll be all good. So I'll bang the diffs together and we can move on from there. I did think about shimming the diffs because there's a little bit of play in them, like a little bit of slop side to side. I wasn't too worried about it though, because you know I'm not really going to use the car too often. Probably give it a few runs and then stick it on the shelf. Maybe bring it out once a year or something, I don't know. So that's it. That's our diffs built. Magnificent. They really didn't need doing, but I thought, you know, open them up and have a look. They are 30 plus years old. Alrighty, moving on. Alrighty, working on the top cover now. Polished out a few scratches here and there. And there's a bit of the spruce sticking up there. I kind of sanded that flat. There's some scratches down here, so I sanded all this out. And now I'll give it a polish with the Dremel and hopefully it'll come up reasonably new. This extra hole on here, I'm not going to bother trying to fill it up. I'll just put a sticker on it. She'll be right. It is only a runner. And there's a cover for our tub. It's not perfect, but it'll do. So to me, instead of looking 30 years old, it only looks a couple of weeks old. Yeah, I'll just probably put a sticker over that hole on the front. Alrighty, moving on. Now for the tub itself, you can see they've cut out around here. Really don't know why. Anyway, so I'll file that up a little bit and try and clean it up. As you can see, I've already started polishing down here just to add some stickers on there, like these diamond shaped ones. They kind of faded, so it's going to still leave a mark. Anyway. And they've cut just in here, so I'll smooth that out. And they've also cut there. Anyway, there's also a plate missing from the top, we stick the receiver and speed control on. Or electronic speed controller will go on it. The other one went down here somewhere. Anyway, so a plate goes on these two screws here and comes up to about there. So I'll have to make one of them. Anyway, yeah, I guess I'll just smooth this out. Maybe I'll stick a bit of plastic behind it and glue it in, seal it up. So that's what the other side looks like. So I'll just try and clean that up, get it looking good. Now you'll notice a bunch of holes on each side of the tub there. That's where they've fitted an aftermarket servo mount for each side, for the steering servo and mechanical speed controller. I've kept the one for the steering because I think that's a good idea, because originally they just have double-sided tape in there. So that's no good. Anyway, so I just end up filling up the holes on the other side where the speed controller was, just so it looks a bit neater. Alrighty, so all I've done here is just kind of neaten up the hole a bit, you know. It's always going to be there. I might get a bit of polycarbonate or Lexan, put it behind here just to seal it up. Not going to worry about it too much. And down here where they've cut it, I just kind of smoothed it up, make it look a bit neater. Can't do a great deal with it. There's a bunch of holes in the back for the motor wires. I'm not sure why we need 3. Anyway, whatever. Maybe I'll put a bit of Lexan over 2 of those as well. I don't know. So yeah, gave it a bit of a polish up. Didn't get too excited with it. Just, you know, cleaned it up. And that's about it for the tub. Okay, so that's all our parts ready to go. Got the bearings from Plague Bearings. There's a couple of ceramics in there for the smaller belt runners. They didn't have standard bearings, so I had to get the ceramic. That's okay. Ceramic's better, so all good. So that's it, we're all ready to put it back together. But before putting it together, I figured I'd do a little bit more on the tub and stuff, fix up the hole in the side. So I used a bit of 1.5mm ABS sheet, just cut it to size and glued it in with a bit of Tamiya cement glue. Smoothed it up, like sanded it up on the outside, and gave it a polish with the Dremel. It's not 100%, but not bad. And then I had to make the receiver plate and the rear belt cover, so I just copied them off new ones, traced it out. So there's our radio plate, ready to bang a receiver on there. Still need the belt cover to go on the front, and there's our rear belt cover that I traced out. Now for the motor, I didn't want to go and cut the original plug or unsolder the wires off the original motor, so I just used a new motor out of a Tamiya kit, RS540SH. I think it came out of my Blitzer Beetle. Then after a quick belt adjustment on the side, put the side belt cover on. Now moving on to the top cover, same thing as the tub, just cut a bit of ABS out, cut a hole, and yeah, fit it in. Bit of glue on the back and it's all done. So after filling up the hole and smoothing it out, bang a sticker on it, it's all good. Now I can go and put the switch in the top cover. Now the standard Hobbywing switch is a bit small, so it wasn't really going to fit in the top cover too well. So I went and bought a couple of more switches from the electronics shop and took the wire off. I can keep those plugs for spares. And there we go. We've got the new switch on there. So I can go and put that in the top cover and it should be all good. Alrighty, we've got the switch in the top cover there. Got the wire up to the ESC. Beautiful. Now I need to get onto those holes in the back of the tub there that I showed you earlier. So again, I just used a piece of ABS sheet. And as you can see here, it's a very delicate procedure with, you know, very specialised tools required for the job. Yeah, just some basic DIY clamps to hold it in place while the glue's drying. And there it is, all done. Got the hole in the side there for the antenna. Kind of smoothed it up a little bit on top. It's not perfect, but looks okay to me. And in the 3 holes in the back there, I basically filled it with epoxy, just with a few drops of black paint in it to make it black. And there's our little antenna tube on the back there, smallest one ever. So that's about it. I'm calling the chassis done. So that's it. She's all done. Beautiful. I'm very happy with it. Yeah, there's not much I can say about it. You know, it's a pretty awesome looking beast. I'll get onto that body probably next week, or this coming week. Yeah, get onto that, and I'll probably use liquid mask and you know, trace it all out and all of that good stuff. Probably hit it with the airbrush. Whether I'll do that in the video or just, you know, here it is, it's all done, I haven't decided yet. Depends how much of a pain it is to paint, really. So I'll leave you with a little montage. Just look around and, you know, check it out. If you like the video, leave a thumb up. If you're new here, subscribe, that'd be great. And catch you later.